In our first vocal warm-up lesson, we touched on breathing just a little bit, and the concept of breathing effortlessly, deeply throughout the whole torso, all the way around, not just the stomach, surely not just the chest, not just the sides, not just the back, but a 360 breath, and we triggered it using that sh sound. This time, we're going to do some breathing stretches to help the breath come in even easier and free up more space. And the easier that breath comes in, the easier it will be released, and the more the neck can relax, and we can get some spontaneous vibrato. Remember, we don't want to force vibrato or imitate or mimic a vibrato sound, but when the voice is free, vibrato will just emanate spontaneously. It'll just come out on its own. And it might take a little bit of time, but the more you do it and the more you relax and allow the healthy amount of tension in the body to hold back the breath pressure, then the vibrato will just come out on its own. Trust me on that. Our first breathing stretch is super simple but highly effective. It's very important that you follow exactly what I say and don't just do a lazy version of it, or else you won't get the full effect. All you're going to do, raise one hand up in the air, straight up, but instead of just allowing it to be lazy like, hey teacher, I have a question, you're going to really reach and extend like you're desperately trying to touch the ceiling. And you're really reaching up from the shoulder and from the fingertips. So you're really reaching up, and we're going to hold this for 10 seconds. The most important part of this exercise, breathe. Take breaths. Don't just let yourself hold your breath in this position. You're desperately reaching, feeling an intense stretch in the shoulders and at the fingertips, and you're taking breaths in and out. You're breathing into that stretch right here. You're breathing into it. Just breathe. Don't let yourself hold your breath. And this is probably over 10 seconds, but 10 or longer, and then relax. Now breathe normally, and you should feel more openness on this side. So now we want to balance it out on the other side, so let's switch. Other hand up, reach, reach, reach straight up from the shoulders and from the fingertips like you're desperately trying to touch the ceiling. Keep both feet flat on the floor. Breathe into this stretch that you feel. Breathe into it. Breathe. And I'm not keeping count because I'm talking, but let's say that was 10 seconds. And relax. Good. Alright. Now for this next one, you want to stand with your legs about shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent so that you're just slightly hunched down. Shoulders are gently pulled down and back. And what you're going to do is, you're going to take your right elbow, bring it behind your head, and you're going to pull, and you're going to bend only at the waist. I know this feels like we're in a workout video or a yoga video, but this will help you sing. You're going to bend at the waist, and you're going to stretch deeply, and you're going to breathe into that stretch. Right around here, you're going to breathe into that stretch. Breathe into it for 10 seconds. And I'm not sure, I'm not keeping count right now, but on your own time, make sure it's 10 or longer. Now come back up. Breathe normally. You should feel more openness. You should feel relaxed. All that good stuff. Now, of course, we got to balance it on the other side. So, knees bent, feet about shoulder width apart. Take your other elbow, put it behind your head, and we pull. And it's not just enough to bend over at the waist. You want to feel an intense stretch along your side, and you're breathing into your side along your ribs where you feel that stretch, and also into the hip area. Which I know it sounds crazy, breathing into your hip, but it's very important. You should feel the breath that low. And then come up. Remember, I can't emphasize this enough, don't stop breathing. Some of these positions may be kind of uncomfortable, but do not hold your breath. Okay, our next one is palms outward. So, you're going to lift up, palms facing up. So, in case you can't really see, because I'm kind of cut off, but your palms are faced this way. Alright? But up. And so again, we're going to have our knees slightly bent. You're not doing this. Your legs stay still. You're bending at the waist. And bend over. Feel the intense stretch along your sides. Or side, this side, whatever side you're stretching. And breathe into that stretch. Breathe into it. Don't hold your breath. Breathe right into that stretch. Then come back up. And again, I'm just touching on each one, especially for the sake of video time, but you can spend as long as you want on each stretch, but just try to make sure that you spend an equal amount of time on both sides. Alright, so back up, other side, stretch, Again, my legs are not doing this. Legs are still. I'm just bending at the waist. Stretch. Feel the intense stretch here. Breathe into that stretch. And relax. Whew. Alright. Might start feeling a little warm as the blood circulates. That's okay. You might feel a little lightheaded. That's also okay. It's a good thing. Now for my favorite one, chest opening stretch. Now a lot of us trained singers, sometimes we can be afraid of the chest because we're told about how wrong and dangerous it is to breathe up here. And that's true. You don't want your shoulders and everything to hunch up, but at the same time, the rib cage has to expand for the diaphragm to move. And your rib cage extends all the way up to your collarbones. So the chest has to open up. But instead of this thing, it should be more of an outward opening. So what we're about to do is a chest opening exercise. It's going to really help to free not only your rib cage, but to free your sound as well. So what you're going to do is, you have your palms facing forward, both of them, at your sides. And you're going to deeply stretch out from the fingertips and the shoulders and bring your hands over your head. It's not a lazy, no, it's deep stretch. Stretch like you're trying to touch the walls, like you're being pulled on both sides. Stretch up, stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. And when your hands reach up here, we're going to hold our breath. Go down. You're going to be touching your toes or go down as far as you can for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back up with the hands overhead and exhale. Now I'm counting out loud for you guys, but you're going to be counting to 10 mentally and keeping your breath held. So again, palms facing forward. You deeply stretch. Continue to just breathe normally. Don't try to force your breath in or out. Just let whatever happens happen. Stretch, stretch. You feel like you're breathing really freely. Up. Now hold your breath, whatever breath is there. Then go down as far as you can. If you can touch the ground, great. If you can't, then just go down as far as you can. Hold it for 10 seconds. Come back up, hands overhead, and then release. Alright? And of course, there are many other amazing breathing exercises that you can do to really help free your voice. And as always, I want to remind you that on my website, aapproach.com, you can order my home study program for only $20. And it has not only a wide array of vocal exercises, but some incredible breathing exercises that will do a lot to open up your voice and really give you a lot more power and freedom, clarity, control, all that good stuff.